Yeah. No shadows of change could hold me back. Yeah. I'm gonna dance till the sun comes up, and that's a fact. Woo! And I'm not taking my clothes off, so you think I'm mine. Yeah, yeah, we're burning up the dance fire. You know it's cool. We're gonna set it alight. Lock me up. If dancing is a crime, lock me up. Ooh. If dancing is a crime, lock me up. If dancing is a crime, lock me up. Ooh.
More infectious than Corona, more violent than a queen. MTL, we hope the show goes well. And please, don't be cock. Ha!
Hey guys, very good evening and welcome to MTL, slowly but surely becoming the best music channel on the internet. Welcome to a very special show because it's my birthday party show where we're going to give away things to you. It's a birthday show and we're giving you presents. Happy birthday to me. But of course, we've also got very, very, very special guests online this evening. We have Ross Harding and of course we have Mr. Rush himself as well. So it's very, very exciting. They're going to play a song together, and then they're going to play it separately. I'm not sure what you call that. I think it's a duet. But a duet with two guitars, anything could happen. These guys are monster players. Enjoy.
All that she could play, that's why she'll never stay. White but naked in the night and looking for some play. Just another girl that wants to rule the world at any time or place. When you think she let you in, you know she's there to stay. In your ear, it's okay. down your knees for just another taste. When you think she let you in, you know she fades away. You want it, she got it. Molly James gonna change your mind. She's got so you'll be so. Molly James gonna change your mind. You want it, she's got it. Molly James gonna change your mind. She's got so you'll be so. You'll be so. She's got you.
Yes, we do have those amazingly talented men, Mr. Nick Rush, Mr. Ross Harding, in the house tonight. If you didn't enjoy that, well then you are incapable of feeling feelings, and that's a fact. If you did like it, however, chuck a couple of hearts, throw those emojis, send those claps, and comment. Remember, we are a comment-driven show. You drive the discussion, and if you comment, we're going to give you some prezzies. Please welcome Nick Rush and Mr. Ross Harding to the stage. Come on, guys. Yeah. I'll take your guitar, yes. Thank you. You beautiful thing. Oh, that was so gorgeous, guys.
Hi, Graham.
How are you? Get your mics. Let's talk about things.
Testing mic 2.
You have been tested and you are confirmed positive. And you?
But not for COVID.
Not for COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mic might be a bit hot. How's it going, lads?
Check. That's a scary thing.
Yeah. you guys, that was killer, man. That
Thank
was
you.
killer. You play together often?
We have recently started. You should talk into the mic.
We've. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working
Are we on?
beautifully.
Okay, we love.
Yeah, you
Are we
are
positive?
live. You are
Good,
positive.
Yeah.
You are positive.
We've played together quite often, but in this lockdown vibes, it's become like a fixture, a more permanent fixture that we've been working on, and things in studio happening, and all sorts of like.
That's exciting.
We've obviously everybody's got a lot of time now to do it, and
Yeah.
Nick and I have been speaking about it for probably a year already, and now it's just become that. It's given us that opportunity to really work into it.
Yeah, the first time we worked together, I put together a Pink Floyd and the Doors tribute show.
All right.
And I'd been to his band's album launch, the Fever Dogs. And
Great.
I saw his vibe then, and like a year later, I was like, I need somebody to do the Jim Morrison vibe. And Ross popped into my head. I was like, okay, cool. So I went to see him at work. I was like, I'm doing the show, you're doing this. And he's like, cool.
Yeah, Ross, you've got a great tone. You've got that classic, I don't want to box you, but the 90s rock tone is you all the way.
I think it's lent itself to like certain kind of vocal positions, but I mean, like unapologetically, I'm influenced by like the 90s sound and like grunge rock and that kind of thing.
And unapologetically is the right word, bro. It was a great era of music. In fact, I think it's one of the best eras of music.
It was an absolute golden era in music.
Yeah,
absolute.
I mean, they didn't just package great songs. They just everything about it was just fantastic. It was the golden era, in my opinion, for it's particularly acoustic rock. That kind of like acoustic thing. And I mean, we had Bush. I remember the Golden State album, Madness. Totally a big influence in my life, personally.
There were a couple of gems.
Yeah. So hit us with a couple of gems. Who are your inspirations?
That's a very broad question.
Yeah, I know. It's like asking someone like, who's your favorite kid?
Yeah, so I mean, like if you're talking in that 90s
genre,
specifically, Alice in Chains,
yes.
Soundgarden, Nirvana.
Yes. Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean,
Are you a big Nirvana fan?
I think in a way, yeah, and in a way, no. What I definitely gravitated to in the like 90s sound was like the more progressive kind of bands like I guess Alice in Chains and particularly Soundgarden.
Yes.
But the funny thing about both those bands is they are influenced by like 70s bands. And so you can hear like Zeppelin coming through in like I happen to be wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt.
You
right
do.
now.
You
but,
are.
Look at that guy.
But like when I first heard Zeppelin, I like fell in love with that sound, and then when I heard Soundgarden, I was like, oh, this is what I think Led Zeppelin should have sounded like, and that's like
Where were you? Where were you and what were you doing the first time you heard Soundgarden? Can you remember?
yes, like clearly.
Exact. And the first time you heard Golden State by Bush?
I actually remember I was at a party at a friend's place. Yes, yeah. I wasn't getting that. What my producer just said in my ear. That wasn't happening. I was a teenager, and we were doing cool things like hanging out and high fiving each other.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I remember that album, and I remember as well driving up to, I think it was Durban, on a bus.
Right.
And I had a little CD Walkman vibe, and that thing just played till the batteries died, you know.
CD Walkmans, bro. Those were the days. That CD Walkman was directly involved with my decision to learn to play guitar and become a musician.
Really?
I was listening to Prince on a CD Walkman the day I heard the song that made me realize this is what I'm going to do.
Isn't that just cool? Because I had a very similar experience with, what are they called now? I can't believe it. Just Ginger, yeah. One of my favorite bands, okay? I think locally one of the best bands, okay? And I was, before getting into music, I used to help my dad out as he was a carpenter, so I was like sanding stuff, and I also had this little Walkman and these like orange pop filter-esque headphones.
Right, yeah.
And I remember just taking them off one day, and I just said to my dad, like, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. My dad was like, cool, sand, and then we'll talk about it afterwards, you know. But I mean, you did, like, you invested. We were talking the other day and saying how little bands there are developing now. Kids don't run to band practice anymore. Because the first thing you did was like, you try to start a band. Let's start a band, you know. Let's get a cool name that is probably going to be the worst decision of your life. How many bad band names have you been involved in?
Dude, I mean, the first band I was in was called, like, Curbing It, because... sitting on the curb on the road. And
oh, yeah, no. We wanted to choose a band called Index Finger because we thought it was the Zap sign. But it wasn't. It was just a pointy finger. So we were like, we were so gutted when we found out. We were like, we were so cool up until we basically became Point. Yeah. So anyway, you guys have been playing for a while?
Together.
Well, no, just in terms of musos, and just because you guys have both got some serious chops there.
Yeah, Nick has been playing for probably longer than I've been alive.
Maybe 4 years less.
4 years less.
Yeah. I've been a professional musician since 1996.
It was a compliment, by the way.
1996.
Yeah, I was
2
in
years
Standard 8.
post Madiba's release.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I started
Wowzers.
gigging professionally when I was in Standard 8.
Standard 8, crumbs. So you were a professional gigging muser in Standard 8.
In Standard 8, yeah.
How did you balance the time between school and because
I kind of coasted through school in 8 and 9, and then when it got to matric, there was a 14-day period where I had 6 matric exams and 13 gigs. Wow. So I said to my folks, I'm watching TV, I'm not studying. Yeah. So I failed maths and science.
all right.
Yeah, and I didn't study for the others, but I managed to
Okay.
pass.
Well,
So,
well,
yeah.
I
No,
think
there was
every
no,
muser- I
there
think
was, by the time I
muser
got,
except for Kyle has failed maths and science.
yeah. No, but back
I was
in,
decent at those, struggling
Yeah.
with others.
it was a very different climate back in those days. So there were gigs aplenty and corporates aplenty. So
Certainly,
I'm
certainly.
not joking. It was 13 gigs in 14 days with 6 exams, and I signed out. I literally just signed out. I couldn't do both, and I knew I was going to be a musician, so that was it.
Amazing. Yeah, you know, I think the landscape certainly was a lot more different. Well, a lot different, but more accommodating to being a professional musician. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So as opposed to saying a lot more different and being very bad at English.
But
whilst doing
basically,
so.
like my whole musical career spans like, or as a professional at least, spans over like 6 or 7 years. But it's never been, it's always been a slug for gigs, you know. And I think that.
So when did you start? So we can get a time frame here.
I started playing music when I was about like 11 or 12.
Okay.
So
And that was 12 years after he started becoming a professional musician.
so
I'd already turned 40.
Okay. You're not that old, man, surely.
No.
yeah. I started playing professionally like 2013, 14ish.
Yeah.
and it always felt like a kind of uphill, you know, like with getting like crowds together and that kind of thing. In a way, it's been tough because I listen to like the golden age of music and bands and gigs and stuff, but in a different way, it's like I think it makes you more like resilient, you know, or a little bit more relentless to get the work done and to make stuff happen for yourself, you know.
Sure. But do you guys rely exclusively on music, or do you have other gigs that you do, or do you other jobs that you do? You got a studio? Yeah,
I've got a studio,
yeah.
and mixing and mastering and a little bit of low-key production work has kept me alive during this this lockdown period.
Wow.
But also, I've ventured into the promotion side of things. I started Rush Productions a couple of years back. I put on 3 very big shows at Empress Palace, and then there's a venue in Bedfordview called Bailey's that I am the entertainment manager for.
Okay, well, I know Bailey's.
Yes. Yeah, I booked you.
I know.
Yeah. I've also booked. I think I've booked everybody.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one because we're on the Marshall page, right?
Yeah, we are.
And I work for Tom's.
Do you?
Oh, we're on the Marshall
Lol.
Gear page. We're not on the
Get
Marshall
out.
music
No, I'm
page.
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
No, this is
so-
great, man. But
So it's in the industry. There's not.
no, but you know what, man?
Yeah.
Like, but that's great. So, what department do you work in?
Guitars. I'm like the cliche, like guitar guy, and then I play gigs in the evening, and then I teach. And
That's amazing. You know what? Because like, you're the guys we come to ask for advice, right? Or the youngsters come to ask for advice. Because I mean, how do you like, for example, let's talk it out. You guys are both Yamaha boys, I see.
Yes.
You got the trans acoustic there.
yes.
What a wicked machine!
Yeah,
Can we
it's
just
awesome.
establish right now? We had one the
so
other day on the
cool,
show,
yeah.
and we were like children.
It's
Definitely one of the
really-
coolest acoustic guitars to come out in the last 10 years. That's
Yeah,
for certain.
just okay. So I've walked into Tom's. I'm looking for a trans acoustic, but I don't know anything about it. Hit me.
Like the 3 main things is great price point.
Yeah.
All solid woods.
Yes.
The most killer pickup that you could imagine.
Why solid woods? What's important about solid woods?
It ages well. It sounds great. They resonate better.
Resonance.
Yeah, resonance, tonal quality, dynamic, and then obviously, like I mentioned, the pickup, or the preamp, which is spectacular.
It
comes from.
Spectacular.
I stand corrected, but if memory serves, it comes from Yamaha's like ingenuity within their piano realm.
Correct.
With reverb and all sorts of stuff, you know.
So their software development side from the reverb?
Yeah, it's kind of like
Because they've got the intelligent pianos as well. They
Yes,
kind of like
it's
play themselves.
Sort of like a loudspeaker almost that works with the instruments like resonance to give it natural reverb sounds and chorus sounds, which sounds ridiculous.
Because
but
the reverb on that thing.
yeah, actually,
Yeah, show us. Jared, do we have the room mic?
Is my voice twice as loud now?
Cool, room mic
Just
on,
checking.
So you can talk and demonstrate, and everyone will be able to hear you.
Definitely.
Check this out,
Definitely.
guys. This is mad cool.
so just obviously the acoustic sound.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
I've already done that for you. Just turn them up.
And then
I can faintly hear it through my headpiece. It is so, wow, it sounds so good.
1 second.
Hit us with it, man. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Oh,
Insane.
and it's
That is
generating
insane.
it within itself. There's no electronics here, guys.
So this is just the chorus.
So to put it in perspective for the layman, this thing is naturally amplifying itself and giving itself all the necessary effects to sound awesome. So around a
Pretty much.
campfire, you can really outshine.
What's cool about it,
Your competitors.
You mentioned that is like, besides that, in terms of like a writing process, at least for me, it gives me a little bit more of like an atmospheric
Correct.
feel. So when you're writing something at home and you want that like, you know,
Like you know what I love about a great guitar versus a good guitar. A good guitar is something you buy and
Yeah.
you play, and it's a functional piece of equipment that is
It's a tool.
it's a tool.
Yeah.
A great guitar makes you not want to put it down and makes you want to come back as soon as possible.
Because
It
they've got
inspires
music
you.
inside them.
And there is a chorus of angels that sing when you strum a great guitar.
True.
And I think, I mean, you're going to play that for us later, I hope, on the
I mean,
inside.
We use it now, and we're going to use it again later.
Yeah, sweet.
I've done a couple of mods to this guy.
Talk us through the mods.
So just one of the things that Grant Fushia did is he put a 0 fret in the top. So
Thank
for the
you,
this
Grant.
is going to be Guitar Nerdville.
No,
So-
hit us, bro. This is what we're all about.
The 0 fret is basically like just giving you a little bit more of a smoother feel for like bends and stuff like that. And then what I did on the bottom is I just put brass pins in there
Nice.
on here so that
yes.
so it doesn't come standard like that. But that's like an easy thing that you can have done by like a luthier or something.
Yeah.
And it just gives it again like more brilliance and a bit more of the crispness that you want from an acoustic.
Who set it up for you?
Grant Fushia.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a monster.
He is.
Mr.
there's-
Grant, yeah.
And he loves brass. Yeah, I've got a solid brass bridge that he made
that's cool,
and
dude.
installed on one of my Rev Stars.
That's flipping cool.
And I've never heard an electric guitar unplugged louder than
So
that
I've
guitar.
got a-
ever.
I've got a-
Brass is incredibly
I've got an
loud.
old vintage Aria
Oh wow!
that's also got a brass bridge, and the thing that thing does is just it's
crazy,
just
man.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and that box, I mean, that box has been played to death as well. So it's got such a great sound.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
actually
got
having it done at the moment.
Three brass pins on the high strings for my setup, and the other 3 are ebony to try bring out the warmth.
Oh,
and the low.
wow.
Yeah,
that's
so you're getting a
clever.
lot of
That's
low,
what
you
I've
got a bit
done,
of
yeah.
warmth on the low end. There.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that split, and then I've got a bone nut and bridge as well. So like all those materials make the world of difference. Guitarists out there will know.
All right, magic. So okay, so why don't we do this? We've geeked out about it. Why don't you go and play it for us, Ross?
Okay. Can do.
So you go and set it up, and I'm going to tell people about some exceptionally cool things that could happen to them in the near future. As I said, this is my birthday show. I recently turned 1 year older. I won't give away the exact age, but it was by 1 year. But I still remain a child at heart. And one of my things that I really enjoy doing is collecting things from examples like computer games or anime characters, Dragon Ball Z, SpongeBob SquarePants, Ninja Turtles, the list goes on. I'm that guy. And I'll never, ever, ever, ever grow out of it. So to celebrate this thing, I have a whole bunch of really cool little things. They're called bitty boomers, right? And what is a bitty boomer? It's a little keyring lanyard like that. And it's also an iPod docking station. And what it does is it connects via Bluetooth to your phone. And then you can pair it to another bitty boomer to give yourself some surround sound. And there currently you can do 2. How cool is this though?
Incredible.
It's incredible. So you can currently do 2, but they're working on being able to pair 4, and they launch on Friday. So we're not even available in stores yet, but they will be on Friday. And I'm really, really excited. And we're going to give a couple of these away on the show. And all you have to do it is quite simply go and like our pages. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for an added bonus, if you want to, go and hook us up on Twitch and Instagram as well. But if you do that and leave a comment and share with 2 friends, you can stand a chance to win these bitty boomers. And trust me, they are the most amount of fun. And if you don't like them, I don't know. Okay? We've had so much fun with them, haven't we, guys?
So much fun.
We've been playing with them all day.
And you connecting them together is so cool.
Yeah, no, it is lots of fun. And also, it's got another thing as well, which is so cool. It's got a thing where you take a selfie. So once you hold your camera up, you can click it like that, and then you can take selfies of yourself, which is even very much more better. And it turns your surface into ambient sound, which is pretty damn cool. There's other little things we're going to talk about a bit later.
The Transacoustic does in the end of the day.
Exactly
Look
what the
how that came full
Transacoustic
circle.
does. It is. Not just shameless punting. It is a birthday gift from me to you because I like spoiling you. So very, very big thanks to the Bitty Boomers, guys. We've got a whole bunch we're going to give away. So watch this space and do what I said you need to do. We're going to go to the BYs because they, of course, came and sanitized us earlier. And then we're going to go into some music.
now, babe. The dust of better days. Watching and wait for this. Humorous man. Don't you give me those tears. Unless you're crying out for the love that we forgot about. All those policy hypocrites and houses built of gold, stolen from the earth to be ours alone. Cities in black and now, babe. Beneath your very feet, sons and daughters, for this land and blood we wait. Don't you give me those tears, unless you're crying out for love that we forgot about. Don't you give me those tears, unless you're here to stay. Sons and daughters, cities and back now, babe.
Can you hear me? There we go. Of course, that's Mr. Ross Harding right here on MTL. How magnificent was that? It sounded great. It sounded, in fact, it sounded even better on my Bitty Boomer than, than it did on our TV in our studio. So I'm really excited for these. Don't forget the Bitty Boomer. I see someone has commented on a SpongeBob there.
Yeah, and that someone's actually someone familiar to us and anyone that watched last week. That is good old Bookie over there.
Bok Nizzle.
Hey? Bok
SpongeBob.
Hello, my book.
Bok Nizzle. There's a SpongeBob SquarePants Bitty Boomer in your future, my friend. I want to send you one.
While we're talking about the comments and Ross is about to walk back
Come,
on,
Ross. Come back on, Ross. Come back
Andrew
on.
Huddy says...
Yes, you
come
man.
back. Andrew Huddy over here has a question for you, Ross. He says, those pants tight enough there, chap?
Those tight. Wait, Ross, let me answer that.
They're
for
not
you.
actually pants.
Those things are a thing of beauty, my friend. I'm actually so jealous of your pants because, you know, you and I are not too dissimilar in the fact that we don't have calves. They're non-existent. They literally don't. They aren't a part of
You know
our
what they say
anatomy.
about guys with small calves?
Huge
Tight
personalities.
jeans.
Oh,
Tight
okay.
jeans.
Oh.
Tight jeans.
Yes, tight jeans. Yeah, I love skinny jeans. I'm a big fan. You are too. You are too, man.
I'm just fat. But yes,
At least he's honest. Yeah.
Friendly fire.
Baggy jeans on me, skinny jeans on him.
If you didn't say it, I would have.
Yeah, bro. Those pants are legit, man. Those pants are legit. I'm loving the whole black vibe thing. You got the Led Zeppelin, the tattoos.
Thank you.
You got a cool thing. Your voice reminds me very much of, I forget his name now, the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. What's his name?
I don't know his name, to be honest, but I was thinking Sean Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a Sean
Yeah.
Morgan
Oh,
from
it's
Fever.
yeah, that's
Eh?
interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Because I get like compared to all those kind of singers often.
Ross
But-
Learmonth as well. There's
But
definitely a bit of Ross Learmonth in there.
I hate, yeah, definitely, certainly.
But,
I hate
Sean-
comparing people with other people, but it's my way of kind of extracting
you-
influences from them.
But the thing is, though, when you talk about a singer like Ross Learmonth or Sean Morgan, or the qualities in his voice that remind people of those singers, it's not necessarily an insulting thing for that comparison to be made, because there is a certain magic quality, that X factor thing that you can't really identify,
Exactly.
that makes it a special voice.